As I get older, I find myself wanting to spend more and more time in nature. Because the truth is, even though man has conquered the environment, has built tall buildings, skyscrapers like the Willis Tower here in downtown Chicago, has built lovely universities like the University of Chicago, only a mile down the road from me, has erected wonderful hospitals like that of UPMC back in my hometown. Man must be rooted in the soil. Man must spend time in the natural world. Not society, not civilization, not his created environment, but the environment, the natural landscape. This is where man is from. For thousands of years, he hunted on the plains. He traversed the jungles and the deserts looking for prey. And then he discovered how to cultivate these same lands, and he settled down. And he's been tilling those lands ever since. He's fought wars on those lands. He has negotiated deals on these lands. He has done everything on these lands. But one thing he hasn't done on these lands is transcended them. He has not been able to become a new being, a new species, a being and species that does not require being rooted in the natural environment. No matter what man does, so far as I can see it, he will always need to have his feet firmly rooted on dirt and grass and sand and mud, because if he doesn't, he loses himself. He loses what makes him a human in the first place. Because even though every man, woman, child is dual, is two parts, symbolic and physical, the symbolic cannot overtake the physical. It cannot overshadow it. There must be a harmony between the two. There must be a symbolic self, the idea of who you are, your name, your job title, your characteristics and traits, your dreams and hopes for the future, your visions of heaven or hell. And at the same time, a physical. A human body that shits, that pisses, that needs to eat, that needs to sleep, that needs water, that needs consoling, that needs comfort, that loves to be hugged and cuddled and kissed and groped and whatever you like as a particular human body. There are two sides, and one cannot overshadow the other. And that is why, at the age of 26, going on 27, I find myself becoming more and more inclined to sit in the park at 10:30 on a Wednesday when other people are at bars, restaurants, drinking, talking about politics, the financial markets, family drama, relationship issues, their kids, sports teams, whatever it may be. Because not only is it quiet out here, yes, there's traffic from Lakeshore Drive, yes, there are passing cars every once in a while, yes, there are people walking around, but it's lovely. It's lovely to simply be in an environment that is closer to what is natural. Because you're not going to find a truly natural environment here in the city of Chicago. You're not going to find a truly natural environment in any city. Though here in Chicago, you get closer because there are trees everywhere. There's grass everywhere. There's obviously the lake. There are beaches. Yes, they're man-made, but bear with me. There is nature all over. Flowers, a river. It's lovely. It's wonderful. You can't go far without seeing something that is colorful and splashy. But here in America, you can find plenty of areas that have been unconquered. In fact, most of the country is completely empty. It's completely void. We still haven't utilized all of the resources here. We still haven't populated the entire land, which is remarkable considering how long we've been here and also how many people are here. We expanded so far west that we forgot the middle exists. But as I get older, I love spending time in an area that gets closer to the natural environment because it's healing, it's restorative. See, in the modern age, the age of information, technology, now AI, cryptocurrency, it's very difficult to remain rooted. It's very difficult to remain grounded, to know who you are, to have any semblance of who you were, who you are now, and who you're becoming. It's very, 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 very difficult. Not difficult in the sense that it's actually hard step by step. It's that it's difficult because you need to find the time and the space. You need to will yourself to do it, because everything around you is gray. It's bland. It's dull. There is a void. There is a black hole that is trying to suck you in and is succeeding at sucking you in to cheap entertainment, to pornography, to influencers online, to music, to people doing crazy stunts, politicians saying anything that comes to their mind, financial market makers that have no idea what they're talking about, talking heads in every single space. And if you don't remain rooted in some sort of nature, some sort of environment, you are going to grow depressed, you're going to grow nihilistic, perhaps even suicidal. And I can't blame you, because it's natural, unless you get back to what is really natural. And that is grass, greenery, the trees, the lake, the beach, the sand, the soil. I can only see myself going further and further in this direction. I'd love to own a ranch. I'd love to work my own land. I'd love to own my own property somewhere away from the world. But for now, I'm in a city. And I quite like living in a city because of the hustle and bustle, because of the activity, because of all that it does have to offer. There are so many opportunities, so many different people, so much to learn. But as I get older, I know that I will eventually leave the city, and I may never come back. And if you're young, you may think that's crazy, but I'm sure you'll get to see where I'm coming from later on down the line, as you become firmly rooted in how little time you have on this earth, how desperately you want to feel peace, and how good it feels to simply roll around in the mud like the dirty little pig you are. So with that, I say, God bless. Have a great evening. I'll see you in the next one.